Okay, so far I've done around 5, maybe 7k on all flat terrain. Just a few rocks and sand, as you can see, and the fatty is surprisingly fast. These huge wheels, not just the thickness of the tyre, but the huge wheels allowing me to really roll over stuff, like steamroller over things. I've been overtaken by a few 29er mountain bikers, but I'm sure they're in much better shape than I am. But overall, the fatty is it's no slower on the flats than my new proof, and it, in all honesty, feels a little bit comfier than all those checkered little bumps. This is the first uphill that I'll be doing on this bike. It just starts off gradual and gets steeper as we get to the top, so we'll see how well we do. I'm sure I'll give up before the fatty does, but let's have a look, let's see how we do. So remember, this is the first time I've ridden a fully rigid bike in a very long time, so I'm getting used to the more harsh ride over these rocks as I hit them at slower speeds. But the fat tyres are doing alright, nice and grippy. The one good thing about the fatty over bikes I've ridden over the past few years is that this is the first bike in a decade that I've owned with a granny ring, so if I do find I can't quite make it, I've got that little front chain ring to get me up something super steep. Oh, not bad. Certainly a good bike to get you into package fitness after a heavy Christmas of eating. Whew. Let's get going. So it's getting rocky now, a rocky uphill. Rear wheel is really grippy, no worries at all. Still using my middle ring, which is the big ring on this bike, no worries. Oh, it's just like a monster truck, it's awesome. Okay. So from here, I'm aiming for the castle there. We're riding it to the left of that on the green, more green about part, and I'll be going up the road there. Gonna find the correct trail now. I don't remember how steep or bumpy this is, so stick it down just for a bit to see it, see how it is. So this is no suspension, first time I've done a fully rigid downhill in a very, very long time. Man, it is fun, really fun. Through the mud, back end slid out a bit there. Oh, this is cool, really cool. Avid brakes need a lot of time to bed in there. Pretty pointless to have at the moment, to be honest, but it means I can go a bit quicker because I can't brake. Surprisingly comfortable, and accelerates really well. Oh, look at this. Excellent fun, really good. Maybe I've gone the wrong way. I don't recognize this. Bike trails anyway. See? Well, certainly changed a lot around here. Okay, I know where I'm going. Yeah, the paths are not meant to be riding through here. Oh well. First tumbleweed of 2015. Cool. Alright, I'm going to go down this trail. It's really amazing, like just how much these tyres can soak up. I mean, it's not rocky downhill, but I'm sure if I was on a 26er, the regular mountain bike tyres, I'd be getting some rather uncomfortable vibrations through my arms now. Really cool, very, very cool. Right, let's go to the end of this. I'll turn the camera off. I'll be slogging up a road uphill very soon. Okay, getting closer to where I want to be for the actual off-road section of this ride. Now this is the part where I was really worried about the fatty. On-road, up hills. And I've got quite, this is just a short section, but further around I've got a bit of a zigzag going up. And on a regular mountain bike it's fine. I'm a bit concerned that maybe these big tyres might drag a little bit on the way up. So this is going to be an interesting test for the fatty, how well it goes uphill on road. And I'm using the V-rubber tyres for this fatty. That's not out of choice, it's just what came with the bike. And I think that's because I chose the special edition fatty, which before Christmas was only £799. And now it's actually increased to £899, which is still £100 cheaper than the regular edition. And as far as I can tell, between the two, the only difference is the tyres. This comes with a V-rubber, which is more like a small block BMX tyre, and the regular fatty comes with a on-one floater tyre with a more aggressive tread. Personally, I'm quite happy I've got these V-rubbers. Trails that I ride, as you can see so far, have been smooth, hard packed, bit of mud, bit of sand, and you'll see in a minute, quite a bit of road uphill. So the lower rolling resistance of these tyres should really help with that. Whew. Let's get going. Alright, we got to the main mountain bike area near my home. Got quite a long road uphill to do now, so we'll see how good the fatty is at climbing. Just gonna sit down and crank this out. Enjoy the view on the way up and the sun. Really good view from up here. About a 10-minute drive from home, an hour ride. Good first ride of 2015, and first good long ride on my fatty. get up this hill, see what it can do on the way down. Okay, so I'm at the top of the hill. So a quick sip of water. I'm 20 kilometers dead on into the ride. It's taken about an hour and 11 minutes to get here, which considering I've not been riding that much this year, being that it's 2015, it's pretty good actually, not so bad. And considering I've put a hell of a lot of weight on during Christmas too. Okay, so we're at the very top of the hill. It's not a very big off-road area this, but it's got a few nice little loops. I'm going to do the longest loop that I know on here, so I've dropped the seat down a bit and we'll see how we do. Let's go. So basically it goes down here over these rocks. Yeah, it's obviously without suspension it's a bit bumpier than I'm used to. Just got to loop around here and make it as long as possible, this trail. So yeah, we know suspension on. It's a little bump here on the front end that I'm used to, but I reckon with the adjustment of the tyre pressure I can sort that out. And there is also the option of putting a RockShox Bluetooth on here, which you can pick up in Germany for pretty cheap now compared to the UK price. Alright, I do a little bit of drop off, very comfortable, like a 2-foot drop, not bad. Maybe it would have been better with the seat a little lower, but for these ups it would have been a pain in the arse. Okay, so climbing up to the top now, just bear with me. Benefit of having no suspension whatsoever is all your power is going right through the wheels, and it's a real nice change to get all the power through the back wheel when you're going uphill or sprinting or whatever. Makes for a very nippy feeling bike. Alright, let's see what this is like down here. Go down this way. Wrong way, never mind. Brakes are a bit shit, but tons of grip from the tyres. Oh shit, a bit close to the edge there. It's surprising, you can hit these bumps pretty fast. Whoa. And it's actually much comfier than you expect it to be. Oh, I missed my dropper post though. Up here. Tons of a grip on off camber bits. Really, really nice. Oh, brakes are actually getting much better now. Oh, check there's no one on this road. Alright, go down the other side. Strange because on my knit proof I'd usually jump over all this, and I probably could on this if the seat was a bit lower, but wow, it's so much fun and fast. It's really good. Well, you would not believe that you're riding a bike with 4-inch tyres. Really good fun. I do feel that the tyre pressure is a bit high. I've not actually checked to see what pressure is in here. I just assumed on one would have pumped them up to a decent enough pressure. Alright, down here. Really cool. You got so much grip around the corners. Actually feels like it's pulling you in to the corner. It's really nice. It's actually going to be quite a disappointment going from this to a 26 mountain bike wheel, because this thing, when it goes around the corner, it's like it's holding RSX front wheel drive. Amazing. Wow, yeah. This is cool. Very cool. So far, not missing having front suspension. It will get rockier later on, so we'll see how I feel then. Very, very good. Amazing bike. Ooh. Alright. Here's a bit of an uphill. Sandy uphill. Usually quite slippy this. No problem, there's just a bit of a slip. Yes. Really good. Right. Okay, so first downhill section on the all-1 fatty. Not rocky really, just a bit bumpy, a few rocks here and there. Bit of a mixture between really tight single track, sandy conditions and rocks. Gotta say, fatty is impressing me so far. Only time it really gave me a bit of trouble to control was on a rocky corner that I had to brake on to turn around. To come around, sorry, and there was a lot of jack on the front line. I was bouncing around, skipping a bit, but I think that's just something to get used to again, sorry. And yeah, not bad at all. I actually thought the ride would be much less forgiving than it is, being a fully rigid alloy frame and a beefy frame at that, with a steel fork, but it's really quite comfortable. See what it's like on this rocky uphill. Usually right up here on the new Proof Mega, suspension turned on, and it climbs really well, as you'd expect, and the fatty too is doing really well. Wow, it is just like a monster truck. It's really cool. There you go, easy peasy. Alrighty, let's carry on. Fatty is a really versatile bike actually. On one, sell it as a fatty. They also sell it as something called the Frankenfat, which is basically the same bike with road handlebars on it, and also a set of 29-inch wheels with a slick, narrow road tyres. Those same 29er wheels are also the right size for mountain bike tyres too. So if you went for the all-in-one fatty, you've actually got 3 bikes in one. Fat bike, mountain bike, road bike, Very cool. And I will be considering getting a set of 29 mountain bike wheels for UK bike park use. I imagine it'll be fast as anything. One thing you will notice is the bottom bracket is very wide on this bike, and I've been catching the pedals now and again on trail obstacles either side of the trail, just because I'm used to a narrower bike. And again, not a problem, just something that you need to get used to and be aware of, so you can watch out for rocks and trail stumps either side of the path. Too good. So far, the Fatty has done very well with handling pretty much anything that my new proof could do, and it feels just as fast. I'm sure I'm not going just as fast, but it feels just as quick. And these big wheels really do roll over everything very, very easily without an issue. Now, before I head back, finish the ride, I'm going to head down a trail and just see how good the Fatty is on a twisty trail, and also a downhill with some nice drop-offs in it. Here it is. First I need to put my seat down for this twisty section. Put my headphone in. So I'm going to go down this twisty section here, I'm going to head along a path down, up, and then down a downhill, and that's I'm finished. And that should give me a good idea of how the fatty handles, twisty corners, off-camber stuff and big rocks. So let's go. Come on, fatty, let's do it. First corner, no problem. Whoa. Tons of grip on the front end of this. Here we go. There you go, nice. Just round corners very easily. There we go, no problem. Just a bit bumpy on the front end. It feels good. Good, good, good. Bit too much brake that time. Cool. That's that done. So, pretty good around the twisty corners. Just need to get used to the front wheel pulling me around. It's got a nice bit of grip on the corners, and it really just yanks you around the corners. Certainly, speed helps on the fatty. With no front suspension, you need to go over things a bit quicker than you feel comfortable to, so you get a nice roll out. Oh well, looks like someone smoothed that trail out since last time I rode, but still, fatty performed well over those big rocks. Oh, giving a nice upper body workout too. Oh, just a bit of flat now. Into the last downhill stretch before I take a road ride, all the way home. Very, very fun ride, very tiring, very good bike. Tons of grip. Oh. If I have to complain about anything so far, it's the brakes. They're just not comfortable to use, and there's just no power. Absolutely not as good as the Shimano brake. I'll bear with them for a few weeks, see how they do. If they don't get any better, whack a set of SLX on there, and I'll be good to go. Alright. Whoa. very, 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 very good bike. Great fun. Oh, surprisingly fast. Let's check how far we've gone so far. So far 30 kilometers in 2 hours on a fat bike. Pretty damn good. Pretty damn good. Alright. Well, thanks for bearing with me through my first ride and first impressions of the Fatty. I'm not going to give you a conclusion because I can pretty much guess, you know, how I feel about this bike. It's one that really brings the phone back to mountain biking. Got a big smile on my face around every part of that ride. Just amazing what it can handle without suspension. So as a rider, you can handle without suspension too. Wow, amazing stuff. Well, I'll upload this. Hope you enjoy the video, and I'll catch you all soon at the end of this 40k run shakedown on one Fatty. Speak to you all soon. Bye bye.